Hello and welcome to a new episode of Artist Talk. My name is Anton Waldbauer. I'm a founder of Deep Dive Dance platform. Thank you for joining us today. Please remember, hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more interviews like this. And without further ado, allow me to introduce you our special guest today. His name is Vladimir Ippolitov. He is a former dancer with Mariinsky Theatre, Opéra de Bordeaux, and Grand Ballet de Genève. Currently, Vladimir is young, successful entrepreneur, artistic director and founder of Geneva Dance Event.
Hello, everyone.
Thank you for joining us today. Great to have you.
Thank you very much for the invitation. I'm very happy. Thank you so much.
First, I want to ask you, when did you first know you wanted to become a ballet dancer?
Well, when I was young, I used to go to opera, to theater, because my aunt, sister of my mother, she was a professional ballet dancer. So we used to go and watch her performance since I was like 3-4 years old. And I remember around maybe 7-8 years old, I saw a performance and I was quite impressed about this. I think it was La Sylphide. And I was impressed by these jumps, this technique and this tour en l'air and everything. And my mom, she just asked me, would you like to become a ballet dancer? I was like, yeah, of course, like directly, like no doubt. And later, like in 1 year, I think when I was age 9, I passed exam and I in Perm Ballet School and I start my ballet like this. So I was quite impressed by the performance, live performance, yeah.
So ballet world came early on to your life.
Yes, exactly.
And so you started your education in Perm and then later on enter a famous best ballet school in the world, Vaganova Academy of French and Ballet in St. Petersburg. Could you talk to us a little bit about your experience?
Well, yes, it was, I think, one of the best period of my life. It was a big change for me as well because age 15, from Perm, I came to St. Petersburg and living in internat, it was completely different experience, living at home with my parents, with my mom. And of course, when I arrived to St. Petersburg, I was just really amazed by the city, by the architecture, everything. It was like great cultural for me shock, and I was very happy. So for me, this period was amazing. I still remember it. It was fun to live in internat. We have so many stories, and of course, it was great to be in this great academy, to be in these walls when you see these names on the wall who was studied there. You see Nureyev, Baryshnikov, and you were like, wow, it's fantastic. It's something very, very special. Yeah. And I think I learned a lot from this.
And once you graduated, you joined another famous institution, Mariinsky Theatre, or former Kirov Ballet. How was it to dance on this famous stage?
Yeah, it was another great experience of my life. When you come to the company and you see the dancers around, these great dancers, and just to be in this historical stage, it was really, really amazing for me. And I learned a lot of the culture, of traditions. Of course, when you arrive from the school, it's like new step for you. You're still young dancer and you start to learn from the zero. And yeah, I remember it was very challenging as well for me.
Different kind of school once again.
Different kind of school, yes. Exactly.
So after a couple of seasons with the famous Mariinsky, you moved to Europe. When and why you decided on this change?
Well, I was somehow always curious about how the life and how the companies in Europe, in States. Of course, we were going on tours already, so I could see a little bit different companies, different theaters. Actually, the reason why I decided to go in Europe, we started to dance a new contemporary choreography. Like slowly, it was a Mariinsky Festival, and they started to invite assistants of Foresight, and we started to work with them. And for me, it was really interesting because in school before, I was not really into contemporary dance at all. I remember when you're in school in Vaganova, it's like only ballet, classical, and you don't want to know about anything else. And in the company, you change a little bit your direction, taste maybe, or you become more experienced. And so for me, it was interesting to work with different choreographers, with different assistants. And I realized one day that in Europe, it's the best way to go to learn from the choreographers. Yeah. So I said, okay, why not to go and to try to get in some company, and then I got a contract in Bordeaux.
Once you arrived to Europe, did you notice difference between Russia and Europe in terms of working environment in a company, or maybe a different mentality of people in dance?
Yeah, of course, it is a quite big change in very different environments in Russia and in Europe already. In Europe, it's a little bit, like I could say, more soft, maybe more, but maybe human a little bit, because like in Russia we have this still old style, like a little bit military way of working, and you just work, and in Europe you could feel that it's a little bit more about dancers, it's a little bit more about humans. So yeah, it was quite big difference. Yeah.
And later on you found yourself dancing with Grand Ballet de Genève, really exciting company in Switzerland. Tell us about your experience working with this company.
Well, it was a great experience for me, for myself. It was big challenge as well to come from classical company to completely like neoclassical contemporary company. In Bordeaux, I had chance to work more again in contemporary pieces, and I realized like I really love dance. Like we start to do some Kilian pieces, some new choreographers, and I said, why not to go more this direction? That's how I come to Geneva, and it was very challenging. Of course, to dance contemporary is completely different school, completely different technique, and all your life you learn how to keep your back straight and to jump high, and here is like completely opposite. So a different world. Also, I like about company that we travel a lot. It's a touring company actually. So during 5 years we were touring around the world, and it was very amazing time for me. So I really liked it a lot.
And can I ask you have a favorite choreographer, and if so, why?
I really like Kilian work. I'm quite fan of what he's doing, of his philosophy, of his ballet, of his aesthetic. Really, when I discover his work, for me, it's like really the best choreographer in the world.
So when you personally had a chance to dance his choreography, what are the challenges were for you to when you met his dance material?
Well, it's probably the most challenge. It's to dance his choreography, but no, because it's quite classical still. For example, because we were dancing like Petit Mort, it's like quite still classical pieces. So to not to be really like a ballet dancer, but just to do the steps and try to make it smooth as possible, and just to be as fluid as possible, but still to keep this classical line. So this is very challenging to find this balance.
Yeah. Do you have an example you follow or you would like to imitate?
Well, when I was a dancer, for me, my kind of idol, it was Mikhail Baryshnikov. I was really inspired by his style, his technique, of course. So always in school, we watch a lot of videos in the internet after the classes. We were watching a lot of videos, trying to copy some tricks. It's never really worked, but we still tried. And later, now, for me, my example, the person which I'm inspired is Sergei Diaghilev. I'm really impressed about the history, about what he did, about Belarus, about all his creation he realized, and I think it's just fantastic.
When, why, and how you stopped dancing?
After working in Geneva, After 5 years, I somehow realized, like, what should I do next? Shall I continue dancing, or shall I do something different? Or actually, honestly, my dream was it's to dance in NDT always. So it was like always in my mind. Like I was like, no, I will dance in Geneva only for 1-2 years just to get a little bit in contemporary, and I really want. But it's never happened, unfortunately. But so I was like thinking what I can do. Well, we had like a group of friends, and a few of them was choreographers, and we start to collaborate together, doing different creations and present here and there. And somehow from this idea, I said, okay, let me try to organize some group and we see what we can do together. And actually my dream was to have my own company. But after getting a little bit more deep into the details, to write down the business plan and budget and to see the numbers and how much it would cost to have a company, I was like, okay, probably I will do it a little bit later. Let me try to do at least some events first. So that's how it starts. The Geneva Dance events was quite successful for a few years. We organized few like private events, and it was very nice. In the galleries, we do few performances in the galleries. It was a very beautiful experience.
And one of the really exciting projects that Geneva Dance Event organizes is, of course, Russian Jewels Gala. So I'm curious to know how many of those galas you already organized and presented to public.
Well, we already organized 5 galas and 1 dance show. So in total, we did like 6 big presentations.
Tell us some names of dancers that performed in this gala.
Well, just in this video you've seen right now, you can see it was Vadim Undagirov and Sara Lampa, a principal dancer from Royal Opera House from London. We have dancers from Mariinsky Theatre, Nadezhda Batova and Konstantin Zverev. We had dancers from Bolshoi Theatre, Mikhail Labuhin and Nina Koptsova. Also, we have dancers from Royal Ballet of Flanders, and we had dancers from Grand Théâtre de Genève as well. But every time we try to invite different dancers from the most prestigious company around the world. The idea of this project is to show the most famous, let's say, classical pieces, but as well to show the new works, the contemporary choreographers we present to our audience, to new, also young choreographers, not only famous, but idea is also to support young choreographers as well. We had already a few premieres during our galas. Last time we presented Sidi Larbisherka, we phoned, for example. It was very beautiful to watch it. This is the idea, to really promote dance world, ballet and contemporary dance.
What are the difficulties with this project that you experienced so far along the way?
Well, one of the difficulties, of course, is to gather all these dancers in one day for the gala, because they come from all different companies around the world. They have different schedules, performance tours. So this is quite difficult, but we always find solution. And another problem we had, it's always it's communication, of course. This is what I learned, is how to communicate, how to advertise. This is the new challenge for me. Because the theater is like 1,300 seats, so to fill this theater, it's quite challenging.
But the audience response is always great, from what I heard.
Yeah, until now we are really happy. We are really lucky and happy that people, they come back. So once they saw our galas, they are coming back again. So I think it's a good sign. And I always try to create a program like this, so it could be interesting for everyone, because ballet, it's in dance, it's very universal language. Some people, they like more classical ballet, some people, they like more contemporary. That's why I try to make in one program you can see both.
What can we learn from ballet? What benefit it has?
Well, it has a lot of benefits. I think the ballet is the most complex exercise we can ever have, because it's engagement of your body, it's music, it's good for mind, it's good for everything. For us, for dancers, it seems very easy to do this little simple exercise, but actually I realized that for normal people, it's actually very challenging, because now I start to work with adults a lot, and we do just basic exercise at the bar, and it's very challenging for them. And I think it's very good for coordination, first of all, for awareness of your body. And it's good to, of course, reinforce your body for muscles, for strength, and for elasticity as well. So, and it's good, I think, for kids as well. You can see directly people who was doing ballet when they were young, like for adults, and who doesn't. You can see directly in the posture, in the gesture. Somehow people who learn ballet, they are much more confident, they're really good in their body, and they're really aware. Because what we learn in dance, in ballet, it's actually a lot about awareness, about not only about body, but also about the space around you. So because sometimes, you stay like in an airport or someone sticks to you, or in magazine, they don't feel distant at all. Like sometimes like, what, there is space. So I think it's very important to know that actually, everyone has to have own space and how to manage. It's very interesting to analyze this.
And any personal future dreams?
Yes, I have a dream. I would like to have my own company, to be or theater, and just to make what I'm doing now, but I would like to do it a bit bigger scale. So to do probably festivals. This is one of my dreams, to make a festival, not only like one day like Gala we do, but during 1 week I would like to present different companies here in Geneva. And if I have chance, I would like to have a company still. Like my dream is like, it's like NDT for me. It always was example about somehow it's like a role model for me. So,
So there is a question from a viewer, someone who's watching us live, and she's asking, other than your physical dance skills and abilities, what are the elements you need to have to be successful in the professional world?
It's your mind. I think you set your mind ready to be successful. It's like for anything else, I believe, in any kind of profession. But I think it's very important, especially like in ballet, in sport. At the same time, I think in sport it's very developed. In ballet, it's not so much. I think it's very important to set your mind to have this success, and then you will get it. It's just to believe in yourself and just to go for it.
Yeah. I mean, I think for me personally, also, if I add, from my opinion, I think it's also important, good self-discipline. I think it's important, of course, for dancers.
Yeah.
Sometimes it might be very rigorous training and practicing of same thing over and over, and that commitment, the self-discipline to go on day after day. Yes, sometimes we find this spark of inspiration on that morning, on that day, and it's fantastic and it's easy and it's fun and it's great. But also it's important to push through, to work on it in your best abilities when you are not inspired, and when you're tired, and when you maybe have a little pain. Dance on a professional level requires a lot of self-confidence, I guess. Vladimir, I thank you for this interview.
Thank you very much for your invitation.
It was very great to meet you online, to talk like this, to chat with you. Thank you so much for watching, and please support art and dance and share this video with your friends if you found it interesting. Also subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much, and till next time.